What is going on YouTube? So we're doing a lot of maintenance on my buddy's E70 BMW X5 35D, and in this video we're just going to show you guys how to remove a fuel injector off of an M57. So you have a 17 millimeter for
all the fuel line hard lines, which I've just pre-broke it loose. This one's hard to get to, so you break it loose. You want to be careful. These are plastic connecting to the valve cover. They're a little bit different on the E90, it looks like. I guess BMW has a special tool, but everybody has a screwdriver. So the safest way, what I've done is put my finger on the back of this, because you can see how fragile it is. So I just stick my finger on the back and use the fuel line itself as a pry point, and then you just support it with your finger on the back and just pry straight up. And once it breaks free, you can just pull the white part up and then pull the black out.
Yeah, be super gentle, because if you break these you have to replace the entire return line.
So it's not bad, which I've already popped those loose. So, but once this is out of the way, it's a lot easier to get to the injector side of the hard line, and then you throw your screwdriver down somewhere where you'll never get it. And then there's actually two 8 millimeters on the injector. They're just little small nuts. They're easy to lose, so make sure you take them loose, and then while they're still sitting on the stud, just get a magnet, just so you don't risk dropping it down your intake.
Now this is some M57 injector tool I bought off of Amazon for like 20 bucks, and we're gonna see how it works. It's like a slide hammer.
Oh, let's see.
Threads into the injector.
I think this side goes in the injector from what I can tell.
I guess we use it like a slide hammer, but we actually unthreaded this bottom piece from the whole assembly, then threaded it onto the injector first, and then threaded on the slide hammer portion of it on. Let's see how this thing does.
This feels wrong.
Not even move.
It's moving. It's coming. Yeah.
I don't know what that was. So I'm sure you guys seen this thing fly out with the injector. So this is like a little,
kind of like a collar. Like I said, it slots sideways into the injector through this slot here, and then it goes over the studs, which you can see on this injector here.
but here's the injector. The tool works great. So I'm gonna wait for the new injector to show up, and then we'll put it back in. And you're gonna need, I think, some copper crush washers too. So we're gonna have to look inside that injector port and snake the copper washer out, because it didn't come out with the injector. With the injector out, you guys want to visually inspect, make sure the seat and the cylinder head is clear of a copper washer, because ours remained in the cylinder head when we removed the injector. So with a replacement injector, you can see the copper washer I'm talking about right on the tip. That actually stayed in the cylinder head, and you definitely don't want to double stack copper washers, because you would have a major leak. So anyways, we had to use a pick to kind of dislodge it from the seat of the cylinder head, and we used a shop vac to suck it out. I had to wrap up a small vacuum line on it to fit into the injector hole. So grab your injector bracket and get it started in the proper orientation, just like this. Got it onto the studs.
Probably have to use that slide hammer a little bit just to push it down some.
Okay, we're just gonna take a dead blow to it, see if that will help seat it. I think that completely seated it.
Yeah, it felt like it.
So you can use the removal tool as an installation tool. Granted, you have a dead blow. And then just torque down your two 8mm nuts. And then we're going to reconnect the fuel line. Tighten up your fuel line nuts. They are 17mm. And make sure we get the alignment right, because it looks like it's easy to get it cross-threaded if it's not.
Yeah, I would definitely run them all the way down by hand before you even think about touching it with this.
Yeah, there we go.
Kind of reminds me of a swage lock. If you don't run it down by hand and make sure it grabs more than like 2 threads, it'll strip as soon as you touch it with a wrench.
Oh, yeah, I know a lot of guys will take a 17mm wrench and actually grind down one end of it just for these injector fuel lines. Once everything's tightened up, let's go ahead and reset your return line. And that's fairly simple to do. Just get it started and push down on those little gray tabs. Boom. Okay, so we're going to use ProTools to code this new injector, and we took pictures of the injector before we installed it. So there's actually 7 digits here. It can be a combination of letters and numbers. So these right here are the ones that you need to put into ProTools when you code your new injector. So we're going to do that right now. So on ProTools, you're going to go into your...
Here, I'll back out just to show. So you're at the beginning.
Main menu.
Engine. Whoop. And then functions. And then there's injector coding. And then it has your 6. We did 2. Then you copy that. Well, it acts a little strange.
Code.
And that's it.
Alright. So before we start it, we have to actually prime the fuel system, so...
Got a fuel pump, and then functions, and it's right here. It takes, I think it says 2 minutes. Yeah.
So we'll let it prime for 2 minutes before we crank it. So when you prime the fuel system, you're just priming a low pressure fuel pump, so you actually have to sit and crank it to prime the high pressure fuel pump. And since we replaced the coolant flange on his car, we also have to add some coolant. But as you guys can see, it coated successfully. It's idling just fine. So I think that was a job well done.